Dear Pramukh Swami Maharaj, you have been a constant inspiration, the guiding light, the creative force, the energy, the encouragement, the foundation, and the finale. To be able to celebrate a whole century of your selfless service, your endless sacrifices, and your unmatchable love is our honor. To be able to narrate your handwritten letters and your uncountable phone calls to everyone in need is our pride. To be able to recollect the forever etched memories with you is our privilege. Thank you. Thank you, Pramukh Swami Maharaj, for your century of service. This journey of your life has been an experience of a lifetime. It is summed up to a creation that captured many hearts and left the audience in complete awe. So many volunteer hours, so many days of hard work, so many sleepless nights, so many creative efforts, and yet we've only managed to scratch the surface for all of the hours you have invested, for all the miles you have covered, for all of the nights you haven't slept just to serve. Be it putting God first, serving humanity, or impacting everyone you met, your century of service will forever serve as an illustration for young and the old for eons to come. We can never repay you for what you have done for us, but what we can do is to imbibe the virtues you have lived by into our own lives. Your century of service isn't bound by the shackles of time, but rather your service to one and all will continue to strive. Thank you, Pramukh Swami Maharaj, for showing us what it truly means to serve.
These individuals are 15 to 30-year-olds, but they always recall the moments that Bapa had done for them. But just his persona, his letters, his stories, his impact on the world is something that really touched them, and they wanted to show the world who he really was.
For you, God came first, regardless of time, place, or circumstance. Even in the most difficult hour, when you were about to undergo a bypass surgery, you ensured, in the most selfless way, that Thakurji's routine was maintained at the hospital. You were the magnet that attracted all of us to reflect in our lives by constantly remembering God. Through your prayers and devotion, I remain aware of my own priorities. I remain humble and grounded. Your life was filled with service for the humanity, whether it was providing disaster relief, during a large natural calamity like the Bhuj earthquake, or mending homes and hearts in remote rural areas. You devoted your entire life to building and aiding one community at a time while nurturing and investing for a better future.
After the earthquake, there were a lot of victims that were unable to have access to basic necessities like food, water, clothes, and Pramukh Maharaj was able to help them with the help of volunteers by preparing hot meals for the survivors every single day, preparing temporary housing, temporary communities, to show Pramukh Maharaj's attention to detail and how selfless he was throughout the entire tragedy.
Using the values you have taught us of giving back to the community, whether it be writing a simple get well soon card or donating to a charity, we are working towards selflessly serving the community. Your work and service to humanity is a true testament of your unmatchable empathy and your genuine desire for world harmony. Your touch was infused with divinity. You always found a way to impact anyone you came across, whether it was an infant, a child, an adolescent, or even an adult. You saw everyone in the same light. You have touched so many lives in the simplest of ways, yet in the most strenuous circumstances. Through your letter writing, your phone calls, and your extensive travels, you have allowed for people to be in tune with the divine. All of this with your touch of divinity. You have never looked at the clock or your ailing health when it came to answering my letters or anyone that wrote to you. You consoled and cared as if it was the only thing on your mind.
સ્વામી મહારાજ કેટલું આપણી માટે કરે છે, કેટલું આપણા પરિવારો માટે કરે છે, નાના કે મોટા જેવા પ્રોબ્લેમ હોય પ્રભુ સ્વામી મહારાજ બધું આપણને મદદ કરતા હતા ત્યારે.
750,000 letters across all topics. Stacking those letters is unfathomable, let alone writing them. These letters provided words that inspired peace, resolutions, and transformation, just like it did for Reshma Bargi, just like it did for me.
Pramukh Maharaj's love and care knew no bounds. He cared so much for a group of villagers just to go through all of that and make sure that the pump was fixed so that they wouldn't have to spend another day without water.
Thank you for your phone calls, the ones you changed your routine for, the ones you stayed up long nights for, the ones that brought you terrible news, the ones you attended in the middle of large assemblies, and the ones that demanded your attention even when you had very little energy.
Hello, yes, Swaminarayan.
I will always be with you.
Whether it's a trip to Uti to keep a promise or visiting Shambhu in a tiny village, your return was unparalleled and one of a kind. Your destinations at times untraveled and hard to find, yet your purpose was so simply defined. Traveling hundreds of miles on end, spreading smiles, inspiring faith, and building relationships. Never once stopping to look after yourself, knowing that just one step more could help fulfill someone's wish.
How can I put such a great man in such a small car? And Swami Shri went, your car is small, but your heart is huge. And that moment between the two of them turned their instant connection into a timeless relationship.
અને જ્યારે રાજેશ ભારે આવ્યો એને એટલી ખુશી થઈ કે પ્રમુખ સાંઈ મહારાજ મને મળવા આવ્યા છે, કે મારા પેરેન્ટ્સ મને મળવા નથી આવતા, પ્રમુખ સાંઈ મહારાજ મારા ગુરુ તરીકે, મારા પેરેન્ટ તરીકે મને મળવા આવ્યા છે.
બાપાએ નવી આરતી પ્રગટાઈ અને શંભુને શીખવાડ્યું કે આવી રીતે આરતી કરાય. કોઈ પણ હરિભક્ત નાનું હોય કે મોટું, બાપા એને ખુશ કરવામાં ક્યારેય નાકામ નથી થતા.
I was really touched with what has been accomplished by Pramukh Swami in his lifetime. He has done so much more than anybody can even envision. In his lifetime, he has touched not only my life, but also thousands of others.
Pramukh Swami Maharaj's building of the Mandir that we're standing in right now inspired me to construct my own Mandir. My Mandir inside my heart and my mind. My Chaitanya Mandir gives me constant access to my culture, religion, and spirituality to make sure that I never, ever lose that part of myself.
Theme that it sends to people of love and friendship and family. That's what life should be about. It brings together a lot of different feelings and emotions that we all, regardless of your religion, should be feeling.
Your legacy lives on through the values you have instilled, the mandirs you have built, and most importantly, the guru you have given us, Mahant Swami Maharaj.
Swami gave us those personal connections. He wrote us letters. He came here for Shibirs. He gave us everything and inspired us to be able to do our seva just like he led his example. We are now leading by his example and continuing to do our service to be able to grow this community and grow more for our youth and our culture going forward.